at the park. I am minding my business, sitting under a tree. How are you guys doing? I honestly said all that to just kind of be clear. There is no incense, and these are natural nature noises if you can even hear them. I hope you guys are doing good. For some reason, the craft chat video, even though it was super heavy, like, we might be doing that on Fridays. That might be a thing we do on Fridays together. That was kind of fun. I hope that you were able to find ways to heal that throat chakra and speak out and speak up for yourself in the ways that you needed to. I'm really proud of you for sticking with it and sticking to your guns and being good to yourself in the process. I'm gathering that whoever I'm speaking to, like, even if it doesn't feel like some monumental, this is part of that journey, 111, as I say, that's part of this journey. That's what you're doing, These are the exercises that your body does and your brain and your spirit do. Those are the things that help you develop the courage. There we go, the courage to advocate for yourself and spread that healing ripple effect as far and as wide as you can. So good for you. I love that. Let's get right into it. Spheres of Heaven Tarot is what I'm gathering. TBH, it feels like this is going to be a relatively longer one. I don't know why I'm gathering it. You know what? I'm being led to just go with it. Yeah. I guess that's what we're doing. Good grief. Yeah, I guess. Okay. A lot of cups in here already. I think, honestly, that like literally popped out in the weirdest way. And I actually think that was it. That was really fast. Spirit said we gotta get a move on. Come here. That's it. Okay, moving on. Okay. Alright. Loud and clear. Yeah, like that just stops going the fuck off as soon as I stop shuffling. That's crazy. It'll come back though, probably. Alright, here are pentacles. Okay. Here are some cups. So actually there's more pentacles than cups in this spread. And you have 2 reverse cards. They're not yours. Anyways, your major arcana is the Hermit. He's kind of fine. On some like sexy Gandalf vibes. And because I'm not great with Hebrew letters, I will try to remember to look up whatever this one is for you, to see what kind of energy. There's some moon energy. There's some figures here facing forward and then facing to the side. There's some forlornness going on, I think. Star energy inside of the cage. There's a lot of visualization in here, and I've been paying attention to these little cards because they say a lot. He's also holding a wand or a staff, so let's get into it. We read from the manual here, as you know, so please don't blow away. I would be so sad. Please. Alright, the Hermit. The journey within. The Hermit is an isolated figure in the dark of night, an aged man at the edge of the world, gazing down with a troubled expression. The life he once lived is over. The path before him is new, dangerous, the end, but also the beginning. In his right hand he holds a lantern that sheds light on this wisdom of the past, but is also a beacon in the hope that a higher order might notice him, and perhaps even carry him forward. It glows with the light of brilliant intellect. Later, this light will become the brilliant hope of the star. Yeah, star card, I knew it. But for now, the hermit bundles his hopes close to his chest. The pains of his life have formed a cloak around him. The past itself has coalesced into his rounded, hunched back. In his left hand, he holds a staff, a connection to practical, earthbound wisdom, as well as his route into eternity. Above him hovers the letter Yod. Okay, so they did put it, indicating that this person might have touched the divine itself. Ooh. If you had any kind of experience like mine, and I'm being led not to even disclose, just interesting. Yod. Let's get into it. I'm actually really interested because that is a hermit card this heavy, right? Like it's just, I love this deck. It's so, damn it. It's so thorough. It's so thorough. Okay, let's get into it. You have 4 cups and I can't count worth a damn, y'all, for real. You have 4 pentacles and 4 cups. So let's get into it. I say let's get into it, and then I'm just like, wait a minute, it's still telling its story to me. Yeah, it was still telling its story to me. Give me a moment. Just off cuff, you know, with this hermit card here, there's a lot of star energy in this reading. So if stars are significant to you, lock it in. Stars nighttime, but I'm pointedly seeing lots of stars, and not just because you have like a bunch of pentacles, but like there's just literally stars covering all of the cards, and I'll show you as we go on. There's conflict, so I'm curious, like, you know, as we go on what's going on. But yeah, there's a lot of star energy, so stars are important. I'm actually not going to save the page. We're just going to go straight into it. We're going to go into the cups first, and we're going to start with the 5 of Cups. That was one of the cards you have. Wait, there we go. So the 5 of Cups is upright, and that says sometimes it is time to move on. This is following the call. The 5 of Cups signals we should bring forth something new because the old patterns no longer serve us. The spilled cup at the bottom stands for a mishap or a squandered opportunity, but this setback is a signal that it's time for something new, an opportunity for a new ingredient, a new path that can be taken. Leaving behind the old might have traditionally been considered an act of temptation, even something sinister, but we must look past those dualistic struggles to see the bright light of opportunity beyond such black and white thinking. Y'all, okay, anyways, I'm gonna just do it, and then we're gonna have a talk. I already know what's going on now. This 5th cup might not mean the end of this love, but its transformation to a higher level, a path of knowledge and realization. Like everything new, change can be destructive, hence the spilled cup at the card's bottom, but is the only way to maintain the flow of life. All right, interesting. It's like so windy, and I'm so scared because I love these cards, and I do not have the wherewithal nor the sneakers on to go chasing after these cards. I'll do it, but it'll be sad. Okay. So the 8 of Cups is reversed, and they don't have an explanation for reversed. And so because I'm still getting to know this card and this deck, and to be honest with you, like, this tech is taking me a long time to digest. Like, a lot of people can like know the deck, rapid fire, know what all the cards are, and don't even have to look. And for me, I'm just like, no, I have to have like a relationship before I can start moving that quick. Like, I think it's really cool, and I just see people just like, da, 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 and this is, yeah, of course. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't even, like, I'm still over here reading here, like, damn, like, so I'm gonna read the interpretation of the Eight of Cups, and reverse obviously means opposite. So it says, being in union, it says the flaming heart of the center of the universe, a union with the divine. The Eight of Cups, we have achieved emotional stability without imprisonment or stagnation. Sorry, with the Eight of Cups, we have achieved emotional stability without imprisonment or stagnation. Instead, we have seen through the shallow temptation of seeming perfect, continued our expansive journey, and entered a nourishing cosmic union, all while following the most tender and basic lesson, to simply love and love simply. The sun and moon motifs on the cups symbolize the cosmic reach of the energetic power, and the forces of light and dark being in total balance. Everything is in flow. From this point, we can move the universe itself. So this Eight of Cups, I am being led to let you know, that is 1111. That is what you are not. That is not you. That is the person or the beings, the establishment, the pattern, the community, the cult that you are leaving behind. That person, that Eight of Cups, the reversed Eight of Cups energy, is someone who not only has not touched the divine the way that the Hermit card has already suggested you are. So you are dealing with your antithesis right now. Oh my God. You're dealing with your antithesis, like your soul's antithesis is now been come to light. This anti-union. Fuck's sake. Let me move on. All right, Page of Cups is next. Damn, Page of Cups is next. That's fucked. That's the energy that I'm getting is like, if this is your antithesis, like imagine how fucked up you realized it all was. Ooh, me too. Same. Fuck. Like, me too. Like, and I keep telling you, I feel like I do these videos to be accountable, but also like I am gathering energies that are not mine. Like, I'm very in tune to like what is mine and what is not mine. And so like I come on here thinking like, damn, I went through it, that was crazy. And like, you know, sometimes, oh my God, see, don't self-actualize the shit you don't want, by the way. I'm over here afraid of shit happening. Anyways, yeah, so like I be out here, you know, I be out here. I got so distracted by that. Let me just move on. Get a Page of Cups. We're just gonna move on. But I do feel sometimes like, you know, oh, I'm just like making up shit, you know, which like I think is a normal human being struggle. Like, I do this because I feel led and I know my nudges and I know what's mine and what's not. But then the humanity in me, you know, that's preemptively prepared for whatever fight might come around the corner, generalized anxiety disorder, I rehearse. And so sometimes I might go off on those tangents. I apologize. I'm working on it. But right here and the right now, oh my gosh, just sometimes I also feel like I go through shit and then I have to do these readings and I have to be like, oh, you'll be fine. Or just check in with you to see how you're doing after all that, you know? Page of Cups. Page of Cups, powerful emotions. This page is brimming with tumultuous emotions. Okay, yeah, I'm not fucking crazy. One moment they are outgoing and exuberant, the next they shrivel up inside themselves. In their cup, they carry the entire spectrum of human feelings. This gives them a remarkable range of expression and creativity, but controlling and channeling these forces is a skill they still need to develop. When the Page of Cups arrives, things always get interesting, even chaotic. Their energy electrifies the room like a static charge. One should expect the unexpected when the page is around. There might be drama, but also lots of fun. So I'm gathering that like 2 things happened, which like fucking same. One, you were met with your antithesis, and that was able to show you the difference between the evil in the world and the dumbasses in your life. I'm sorry, like somebody said or did some dumb shit And you are now seeing the difference between just stupidity that needs some work and also like people who have malicious intent. Energies of malicious intent versus ignorant, non-malicious ignorance. They're different. Okay. The last one of the cups is the Knight of Cups. Da, 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 da. I'm not gonna lie, that's literally all I hear him. Like da, 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 on some men in tights. Pretty cute though. Perpetual state of flow. The knights are masters in what they do, and in the Knight of Cups case, they have achieved a state of grace. But the knight is still young, mobile, and dynamic. Unlike a king or queen, they don't hold and rule land, but live life by experiencing it in motion. So the Knight of Cups carries on, moving fluidly to new shores drifting. They and their horse are a single flowing unit. They could rest, enjoy their accomplishments, but that would mean stagnation, entropy, and decay. To exist means to be in motion, and so the road goes on and on and on, unfolding. Okay, yeah, this is your just gentle reminder. Hello. How's it going? Hello, puppy. How doing?
She wants to say hello to you.
Hello. It's good to meet you. You are so beautiful. Look how cute.
Her name is Baby.
Baby? Perfect name.
She's just young, 2 years old.
Oh, wow.
She's a
She
girl.
looks like a tiny little thing.
She's not going to have no more babies.
Oh, okay. That's all right. Take care. Thank you. All right. So, yes, the Knight of Cups is kind of interesting. I think I'm so autistic. Like, let me just back up and say that dog was so cute. She's this little tiny like Chihuahua mix, I think. Very sweet. Little like purple collar. So cute. Yeah, perpetual state of flow. Keep going. So yeah, this seems like more of a gentle reminder that like you're not finished yet. You're not even at the finish line yet. You have not finished the good fight and your race or whatever. You have not fought your good fight or finished your race. You are still in motion. You got more to do. You got more to prep for. But you're doing great. Okay. So then we're moving on to the Pentacles because you have some Pentacles. The first one is the reverse Two of Pentacles, and yeah, and so I'm gonna, I'll read the opposite, but this is where the star energy is coming in. Like, it truly feels like the duality and the fight against the binary code of either or, this or that, you or me. It's shattering. It's implementing natural order to dismantle the either or. I'm getting a visual. I'm getting visuals. That's cool though. Two of Pentacles, reversed. So I'm gonna read it and then it's the opposite. Union of material forces. The material world for which the Pentacles stand can be interpreted in a dualistic fashion. It holds light and darkness, life and death, growth and decay. These endless dualistic forces and the friction between them drive the dance of life. This endless dance is symbolized by the Ouroboros figure snaking around the two pentacles in an infinite ribbon. One can master this dualism, reconcile oppressing forces, and reap the benefits. This is less a single decisive action and more a continuous balancing act, keeping the dynamics of nature spinning at just the right angle. This attitude is often found simply in the observation and acceptance of life, as we seek balance and to understand life's complex dance. Whatever this is, the opposite of the union of material forces. Yeah, it seems like the reverse of less a single decisive action and more a continuance balancing act. Whatever you broke away from, I'm trying to find a tactful way of saying what I'm saying, because like I already had to purge my shit and I came to very simple conclusions, and I'm trying to convey a very broad concept that I think only deserves a simple fuck that. But the energy that you have detached yourself from, this person's world and the way that they operate in the world, and I say that because it's not like they're good at their job and therefore their family sacrifices, or they do amazing outreach, but they are abusive of others. It's like not a single thing about what you've left behind like measured up to the material that it tried to audaciously say it represented. It's like some things said that they were one thing, lived in the antithesis of it, and then held you accountable for not being them, even though the source material you're both reading from says to be more in the way that you are trying to become. It's like this person is such a fuck that. Like, you're talking about balance, an endless dance of balance, and trying to find the balance of acceptance, observation, and the complex, like life's complex dance. This person is bulldozing through. It doesn't give a fuck about all that. It doesn't give a fuck about harmony. It doesn't give a fuck about growth, death, life, none of it. It's just fuck you. It's about me and what I want in it, and I get to defy. And you stepped away from that. You got out. Shit, boy. Shit, boy. The antithesis of touching the divine. Fuck's sake. Okay. Damn, good for you. The next one is the Seven of Pentacles. Let's see what that's about. Dadgummit. More stars. So many stars. Like the stars. I just keep hearing stars. Transcending the material world. Numerologically, the Seven of Pentacles, our urgent desire to find depth. How many times did I not say Seven of Pentacles? My bad. Anyways, if I fucked up, my bad. The Seven of Pentacles represents our urgent desire to find depth, meaning, and spiritual connection in our labor. When pursuing enlightenment and mastery in the material world, we eventually find we must transcend the world itself. We must stop seeking short-term success and take actions that might seem less effective in the here and now, but will lay the groundwork for long-term victory. Our actions in the world and upon ourselves will eventually cycle back to us, shifting us into a different plane. This is the harvest of our work. Notice how the Four Pentacles, forming a perfect square, have risen above the three of the earth. This symbolizes how, even if our work is material, it will ultimately have meaning only within the spiritual realm. The calling on your life, man. Sorry, damn. I'm getting all these downloads. Like, I get downloads as I do these readings, which is why it's good for me with my delicate disposition of anxiety to be able to stop and understand it, metabolize it, and give it back to you so that you know that I mean what I say. What a calling you have on your life. The gravity of it. And I can tell that, you know, sometimes you feel it and you know it, and then sometimes the bullshit makes you doubt. And you're handling the doubt really well. I think that's why you're here right now. Why all those little stars gotta be put in here and kept close, because you and the divine got some work to do. And the female figures at the back, you have a divine feminine energy that is protecting you against a dark feminine energy that is not for your good. And for some of you, that person doesn't even know they're not for your good. You're the only one who knows. But for the majority of you, this person is well aware. Ugh. You are protected. You are fine. You touched the divine on that mountaintop. Yeah, see, mountain back there. Whew, the calling on your life. What I'm gathering from the Seven of Pentacles, transcending the material world. Basically, what I'm hearing is what you do on this earth, it'll do things. It'll take care of you. Because that's the world we live in, and the divine, since like we had a yod, we had the divine, I'm gonna just, the divine that you are in alignment with owns a cattle of 1,000 hills. So like, abundance is your birthright. You're gonna be fine. It's just the spiritual world. Your work is not going to be, it's not only going to really do anything for you in a cloudy way here on earth, but it's also just kind of, it feels like people are still going to miss it. You're going to have to get used to that. Because what you're trying to call out in people, it's still, you still have to be awake to hear it, is what I'm gathering. So don't be discouraged. You are being heard. You are in alignment, whether or not people are flocking over, because that's not the fucking point, right? It's not the fucking point. It's not all about you. It is about your divine assignment. Hell yeah. But you'll be fine. Sorry. Knight of Pentacles. This feels like the other energy in the room. That one that I said was the difference between your antithesis energy, those reversed energies, and this dumbass in your life that you love very much. It also feels like there's like an establishment. Some of you, it's a person. It feels like a family member. But for some of you, this is also, an environment. Like the environment is rudimentary almost. It's like ignorantly not, but it's getting somewhere. It's really interesting. Like, I don't know who needs to just kind of like have a little bit of a upgrade. There's some kind of upgrade that's needed. It feels more material for some of you than it is relational, is what I'm gathering. It's just like a simple thing might actually like make this a lot easier and better for people. So yes, Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. That one says the fruits of hard labor. Tempting though they are, we eventually learn that shortcuts and quick fixes are illusions. One might occasionally get lucky, but for the realist, there is only one route to success: hard work. The Knight of Pentacles stands for this like no other. They wield no weapon. They work not through violence, but via cycles of labor, symbolized by the arc of starlight behind them. They are in no hurry, preferring to access their plans thoroughly before taking action. Once they have set them in motion, they will execute them with great diligence and a stubborn persistence that knows no mercy, neither to themselves nor others. Though the work may be repetitive and tedious, at the end of the cycle, they know they are assured the fruits of their labor. Yeah, the person feels hypervigilant to their demise, but they're working on it. They're figuring it out. There's a lot of hypervigilance, and at the end of the day, like, they mean well. There's a lot of good intention and love in there. They're just kind of like doing too much about it sometimes. The establishment, though, it does feel like there's just kind of like a comfortability that needs to be overcome in the work, when like collaboration will ease it, you know? Like, I think that there might be like an establishment mindset where like there needs to be a lot of performative working going on, and you're there to kind of like help them see that it's entirely unnecessary to do all that. Like, people want to help. There's the community, I think, is kind of new, I'm gathering. Yeah, whatever community this is, it's frustratingly new, but it feels like it's connecting somehow. So like, yeah, there's two different things going on with that one. King of Pentacles. Tauruses? We're in Gemini season, I think, now. But there's a big old bull in there, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna mention it, and there's stars, so again, like, there's a lot of star stuff going on. I can't think of why, but we'll find out, I'm sure. King of Pentacles, the end of the journey toward material wealth. The king resides at the end of the road of all material wealth. He has grown old in the pursuit of it, and now he enjoys it in a more passive and receptive manner. He looks toward a future where additional gains might wait, but there is no need for action. He holds the staff of power, but there seems little need to use it. He understands the entire spectrum of wealth and has adorned himself with it. Jewels, coins, a throne impressed with the forms of plants, and a bull crowned with the Ace of Pentacles. This bull stands for Taurus, the king's practical, dependable, steady nature. He has left his palace and resides in his garden, a paradise of a sort on earth. This old man, surveying his kingdom at the end of his life, finds serene peace by discovering the nature of material wealth and being content with it. But here rests also a danger. This is a complacent card, a final stage, and therefore subject to decline and entropy. And what the fuck did we say? In the cups, which one was it? Keep going. That was literally... Don't make me go find this again. Hold on a fucking minute. Give me just a fucking minute. Ha! The knights are masters in what they do. In the Knight of Cups case, they have achieved a state of grace, but the knight is still young, mobile, and dynamic. Unlike a king or queen, they don't hold and rule land, but live life and experience it in motion. So the Knight of Cups carries on moving fluidly to new shores, drifting. They and their horse are a single flowing unit, and they could rest, enjoy their accomplishments, but that would mean stagnation, entropy, and decay. So yes, you already had a warning at the beginning or the end of the Cups energies. Good for you for getting rid of the antithesis of your very soul in existence. That had to go. You still have some work to do. No big deal. I see birds and fish and stars. Birds, fish, and stars. As above, so below. Cool. And so your cup said, hey, listen, it's cool to be stable, and it's good to be stable. It's good to be, yeah, I guess it's good to be stable, but don't get stagnant, right? Like, a lot of this is good, but too much of any good thing, not so great. Yes, you have to keep... Stars are... I think the really interesting thing to me is that, like, you know, we did the sun, the moon, and then the stars were separate. And stars are just suns, tons of them. A sun, its purpose is to be in collaboration with the ability to help the stable flow of life. They are a part of the life cycle. Stars, the concept of a star is you are not a part of the directness of it. I'm gathering, but you are a part of the hope of it. So there's a lot of hope. Hope of life. Your life's mission is about maintaining the hope of true life, I'm gathering. The one that your encounter with the divine revealed to you on that mountaintop. The antithesis, my God. Like, okay, so, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I think that, okay, so I don't do horror very well. And so it's just interesting because, like, I find myself somehow watching things that are not even considered horror by people who are actually into horror, but for me, horror sucks. And it makes me stressed. And I already have stress. And I don't need to have more stress. So, in walks, this conversation about the movie Sinners, and I think I've mentioned this before. I am not interested in being on, like, news media, and sometimes that fucks me up because then I don't actually know what movies are coming out, and so I haven't honestly known about what's going on in the world in general ever since I decided to just, like, divorce the world. And so, that being said, I'm like, yo, like, I find out people are talking about this movie Sinners, and I'm like, I don't know what that's about. And then, like, a loved one of mine is, like, talking about someone, with, like, a semi-Christian, like, interpretation, or at the very least opinion, was just, like, spooking everybody about it, and it was kind of like this conversation erupted of, like, what should Black people be watching about themselves, and like, what should the Black collective, and especially the Black Christian collective, what should they be exposing themselves to about their own history and culture before the bastardization of colonialism? Which, like, if you put it that way in its thoroughness, it's just a different conversation altogether. But initially, that's what I heard. It's just like people are arguing about whether or not it's okay for people who have found the Christian faith to know about their, like, savage background before they got saved, and, like, they got saved by the people who were oppressing them. Sure, like, okay, because, like, look at you now. But it just kind of is weird, and so I was like hearing all of that, and I'm over here getting prepared for the fight of my life. I'm gonna watch this movie, I'm gonna have a hella fucking intense opinion, Christians are gonna be mad as hell, like, how could you abandon your faith so much? And I'm over here shuffling my tarot and oracle cards. And then I watched the fucking movie. Y'all, like, it's a vampire horror movie. Like, some of the same family members who are, like, stressed, I know they've watched worse. But it's interesting because, like, it opens up this conversation of, like, primitive, dangerous, like, Black and brown, primitive, ancient, demonic things versus, like, white fantasy entertainment. Like, I think all of that's happening because I'm shuffling this, because I was actually gonna go somewhere else entirely, but the energy said what it said. So, it's all about to say I watched the movie. It's a vampire movie, except there's just, there's Black people, and it is, interestingly, just one of the, I ended up shuffling and putting away because I was not led to keep returning to the source material here. We got the concept, but, it's one of those situations where, there's, what am I trying to say? It's one of those situations where, like, oh I got distracted by all the noises. My anxiety was just like, what's going on? Am I gonna get bulldozed by trucks? The cards fell. Divine, let it, just give it back to me, please. I knew it was in the long-term memory and I just gotta find it again. Oh, there it is. Okay, I think I found it. Okay. That one of the tarot cards had mentioned a dualistic, kind of life, or this idea of being away from the dichotomy of either or, this or that, me or you, is what I was ranting about earlier because of one of the cup cards, I believe. And it seems like the movie, and it was talking about stepping into a different space, a divine space, something outside of that box, outside of the binary, and into a more collaborative, energetic space. And as I was shuffling and thinking about the movie Sinners, what stood out to me the most really was, it was a black and white issue already. It was that. And it felt like, without giving really any spoilers whatsoever, since it's a newer movie, it felt like you have to elevate into a space where you're having to, do things. It's bigger than that, I guess, is really what I'm getting at. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Outside of the binary of black and whiteness, which was what, it hits you with immediately, sharecroppers, they just got rid of the Klan. Kind of bullshit. And that was just what you enter 30 seconds into, but then it's a vampire fucking vampire movie, right? Like that's supernatural. And so when is it okay for black magicians to be seen as part of the collective of fantasy? When can we honor our truth without it becoming this conversation around what we should allow? It just seems like inherently colonialism and the self-hate got so embedded somewhere in there that now we see ourselves and we're initially afraid because we're immediately told to be afraid of ourselves. Go watch the movie. It's actually really, really cool. I really enjoyed it. It was really cool and fun and beautiful and pointed. Fuck. Ryan Coogler, he says what the fuck he says. You know what I mean? Like, he said he has some things to say, and I've been listening to him. Like, I'm all ears, friend. Eating it up. So yeah, there's all that. We have some cards here from the goddesses that want to speak. The first one that I'm being led to read from is number 17, Goddess Satira of being brazen. Wow. Goddess Satira is the energy and spirit of Buxton in Guyana, South America. Satira is brave, bold, brazen, and barefaced, casting a spell with her hips. Guidance, step up, go for it. Partner with the divine to make brazen choices, and everything meant to diminish you will elevate. All who mean you harm, fall away. Your hurdles are illusions, because you are plugged into the source. Embodiment, you make the brazen decision. What would you dare to do if you knew you couldn't fail? It is brazen to be unapologetically you. It is brazen to speak up for someone not in the room. It is brazen to choose a different spiritual path or career than your community. It is brazen to build your family your way. God, Goddess, Forces energy is brazen. Goddess declaration, I am bold, brave, shameless, and brazen. I feel like I'm led to say that's enough said. The next one is Abel Nimba, Goddess of Harvest, number 30. Or, God, 43. Jeez. Hello. Abel Nimba. Abel is a Baga fertility goddess, and Nimba is her living spiritual healing mask. Together they embody the sacred feminine and abundance. Okay, like I said, there is a sacred Divine feminine protecting you and giving you the energy to be brazen. They want you stepping into that brazenness. Be not afraid is what I'm hearing. Sorry, I feel like the grass is damp. That's what I get for wearing white shorts. Anyways, guidance. Give thanks. You are being blessed. It is harvest time. Pray attention. A season of great harvest is a season of great epiphanies. You are prospering. Embodiment harvest is when you reap the blessings that you have sown. The harvest is not just the fulfillment of your dreams, but the creation of them. Your thoughts, your imagination, the blessing of you being here another day on this earth, that is all harvest. What seeds of generosity, love, support, and goodwill can you sow in your community to create a bountiful harvest for all? Goddess declaration, we are always prospering. I hear everybody eats. You're a very generous person. So keep up the good work there. The next one is Goddess Iazon 42 of Miracles. That one says, Mambo Priestess Iazon is the wise Haitian Iwa, queen of the market, riches, and sacred initiations. Respect her as the highly venerated spirit of the first priestess. This is the one that's protecting you. You are a magnet for miracles. You are a miracle. What if you truly allowed yourself to believe? All things are possible. Dare to dream bigger. Embodiment. You claim you want miracles, but you take an I'll believe it when I see it approach. What if you will see it after you believe it? Believe that you deserve to be, do, have the world you want for yourself. You can be your true self, do what awakens your soul, and have your desires. This is life's miracle. If you haven't witnessed your miracle yet today, ask for it and allow it in. Goddess declaration, my life is full of miracles. Yeah, you have like some form of miracle goddess. If it isn't Iazon herself, you have a divine feminine goddess that is of miracles that is like really protecting you right now. And the last one is Mojajiji of Manifestations, number 9. So I'm being led just right off the bat. This one's going to probably tell you to reach out. Ring, ring. Goddess Mojaji is the hereditary rain queen of South of Africa's Balobedu people. Balobedu people, a matrilineal queendom. Mojaji's daughters dance to the frequency of rain. Mojaji's guidance, showers of blessings are yours. You are a rainmaker, master manifester, shapeshifter, alchemist, and sorceress. Open your hands and heart. Embodiment, yes, make it rain. You are manifesting big. This has been a long time coming. You are co-creating with spirit. Match the energetic frequency, the ache of your desire. You are a magnetic, and like attracts like. Raise your vibration to align with the sacred. Close your eyes and see your blessings. Feel them in your bones. Ask, believe, act, allow, receive. Declaration, divine blessings flow to me so easily. That honestly, like, is what you need to be taking the most out of, or taking the most, absorbing the most. You are in such a deep and personal and beautiful alignment with the divine that, like, you get to ask them for things and they listen to you. You are so loved, you are so protected, you are so well taken care of, you are so not alone. Believe that. Believe it, because it's already there. You have that already. Oh. And that's it. Damn, those energies were really funny because they were just heavy on me, and then they were just like, bye, that's enough. And I'm like, good work, team. Thanks so much for your time. Thank you guys so much for trusting me. Thank you guys so much for trusting me. I love you guys so much. Let's chat soon. Bye.